from all over the place across the globe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this time for tuning in to my 2,998th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. 3,000's coming, kids. I don't know what we're going to have to do for 3,000. We'll try to figure out something fun to do. This video, the 2,998th video, coming at you on a Monday night for Trading Tuesday, because Tuesday comes before Wednesday, right? Am I right about that? I know it has a Y in it, just like Wednesday does, so I'm halfway there. All right, so traders for trading on Tuesday, we've got a red Omni and a lot to talk about. Remember, trading is risky, 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 risky. Never trade without putting in a protective stop first, so that if something bad happens, you get knocked out of that stop. Let's say you put a stop in, you get long, stop goes in first, then you get long, bad news comes out, you get long, your stop gets hit. That's what you had planned if something went wrong. If you don't put the stop in first and you put the order in and something goes wrong, so let's say, okay, I get the order in, but I don't got the stop in yet, and something goes wrong, the market drops without a stop. See what I'm saying? Get that stop in first. It'll save you in this business. All right, so what should happen for trading on Tuesday? We've got a red Omni and even the S&P, NASDAQ, and Russell. Same thing that I told you in the last video, last time I stood in front of this camera. In fact, every night I come up and I erase all the stuff off the board and I write new stuff, and I came up here and I looked at everything on the board and went, okay, that's exactly what we talked about on Friday, Thursday night for Friday. That's exactly what we talked about Thursday night for Friday. That's what we talked about too. The only thing I got to change is 2, so I didn't even erase the board. I just substituted number 2. Same board. Why? Because we've got the same analysis going on for the last few days. And here's what it is. S&P, NASDAQ, Russ still dropping. Gold, we called the top. That was right. We did an Oscarism called the head test. That was right. Down was starting to go. So guess what? Now Omni's got targets for us in gold on the downside. This video, you'll get them. Crypto traders, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, we are still in the crypto winter. This should last till about December 3rd, give or take a few days. About the 3rd week in December, give or take a few days. Crypto winter should last till about the 3rd week in December. Now, will it actually end right there? Well, no one's got that good of a compass, right? But it should start to fade away right before the year comes to an end. And that would be perfect for the Santa rally right before the year end. And that's what we're hoping for, right? So while we're heading down, so are the major markets, and that's to be expected these days because Wall Street's done a lot of adoption and adaptation, if you will, into crypto. So the way they trade Wall Street is starting to become the way they trade crypto. This going down while this going down makes perfect sense to me. They're trading them the same way. So I've even got targets in Bitcoin. We'll talk about that. But gold, we've got absolute targets you'll see in this video. So red Omni in the big markets, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, Dow, Transportation Average. Gold and silver look just as ugly. It looks like the top is in. We've got targets. We're going to talk about crypto, my coin, Bitcoin, the other coins out there. And then we've got an Omni camp planned for just about under a month from now. That's here, the last one planned in the United States for a while here in Las Vegas. That is December 12th through the 15th. You come in on a Thursday night. We get together Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Then on Monday afternoon, I send you home with a brand new laptop pre-programmed with everything that we've learned together. Once you go home, there's continued education. I'm with you to help to make sure that you get this right. That all happens at OmniCamp, but that cannot happen unless you go to omnibootcamp.com right now and fill out an application. Why? I've got a lot of preparation. If I decide to invite you, if you call, you fill out an application and I approve you, well, I've got a lot of setup for you to do before you get here. And we've got December 12th when you'll be here. It's already November 17th as I speak. So make sure you go to omnibootcamp.com right now. Last chance to do an OmniCamp here in the United States before off to Europe we go. So, traders, I got some great charts to show you and some targets to give you. I hope they will help you move forward this week. Remember, traders out there in crypto, we talked about the crypto winter kind of before it even started, and now it's happening. We talked about it. It's happening. That means a bottom will come in. We'll get to talk about that as well. Don't get nervous. It's called crypto winter. We get these often. It's part of the deal if you're a crypto trader. All right, so I'm going to show you some great charts. We're going to do our mantra before we get into those charts. And if you haven't been out to OmniCamp, I want you to watch this quick clip because it'll convince you to come on out. So say our mantra with me. We'll go look at some great charts from there. Are you with me? 1, 2, 3. Stop, soar, in. Emotions are rock and roll traders. That is absolutely right. Please take a look at this quick clip and then we'll go look at some charts.
Good afternoon, traders.
Good evening, traders from across the globe.
Every time I've ever shown this to people, I have people that are like flag experts and they're flabbergasted. Say it with, I will always place my stop first.
We're here at OmniCamp in Las Vegas with Oscar Carboni and a couple other gentlemen. Just came here mainly because I wanted my trading to be refined and defined.
The analysis I would use from trading without the Omni system was much more complex.
The genius of what we do is we've taken one of the most complicated things to do on this planet and simplified it to the point that I can sit here with 6th graders and they could easily do this, not even knowing how they're winning or why, but they could do this.
I know who the guy is because I've seen what he's done, but you don't know what the magic recipe is, right? And I get in here, and within almost the first day, the light starts coming on as to what his system is.
Anyone that's looking to join OmniCamp, if you have no experience, you don't care about any of that. All you care about is what the chart says. You'll be much better off for it.
There's almost a sense of relief that you see something, you have a plan, you see it, and then you go try to execute. That is brilliant.
And I think I got the discipline and everything I need to be successful with Oscar.
Traders, we'll start here. Thank you so much, Omniacs around the world. Our Omni token is faring very well, being that it started here, and right now it's here. That's the type of trend line we want to see, right? Great job, OmniX. I promise you I'm doing everything on my end that I told you I would do. The advertising, you name it, the liquidity pool, the landing page, everything is going forward, and people are liking this Omni. And I promise you this, I'm getting phone calls from OmniX around the world going, hey, Oscar, I just got my Coinbase account. How do I get in? We're just getting warmed up, kids. So stay with the Omni token. Thank all of you for what you're doing. Next is gold. Many traders said, Oscar, what now? You've been right on with gold. Please tell us what comes next. Traders, if you remember, we had a bunch of people out there online trying to call the top in gold when we were here. And even down here. And I was doing videos while I was away in Australia saying, this is wrong. That's not the top. Please let Uncle Oscar let you know when the top's coming in. Finally, when we got here right at this high, I called top because that looks more like a top than down here did. And we topped out. Then we came down, and the next time I did a video on gold, I said, now we are at something called an Oscarism, called the failed head test. It failed at the head test of the head and shoulders. We go down from here. This is where gold was, and this is what happened. Is that not right on the money, kids? Like magic, right? Look what it did. Right there, just when I said the failure comes in, we broke down, and now this allows me to start giving you some targets. We've got an ultimate target of 3620 to 3600 in gold, but there should be supports on the way down, like 3885 area should be a support 1. Then we've got the 3760 area, support 2, but ultimately our goal is to get this thing down to the 3620, 3600 area. We always place our stops first because no one knows for sure if that's going to happen, but those are our projections. Omni was right about this. Omni was right about this. I think Omni will be right about that as well. Let's see what else we have for you on the menu this evening. Bitcoin. I'm going to clap very quietly for this, because why? Because I'm loaded up in Bitcoin and it just keeps going down. So anyway, here's where we left you in Bitcoin, and I said, listen, this is not looking good right here. We used to hold the average, but now we've spent a lot of time under it. We fell out of the right shoulder of the Head and Shoulders, came back up to test that average, and I don't think that's going to work out very well. Here's where we were, and let me show you what happened. Look at that monster drop. Now, I'm clapping for analysis, but not the price of Bitcoin. We don't want this to continue. However, you've got like 89 for some support coming up, 89,000. It could even get lower than that, but that's where Bitcoin looks like it wants to at least go down and test during this week. And then we go out to the big markets traders, and this is the point of this video, to be honest. My OTAPMA average, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, OTAPMA, okay? That only comes into play every now and then. You do not hear about it from me unless it turns out to come into play. And here's why I'm bringing it up in tonight's video. Jerome Powell basically beat the crap out of the markets when he said something silly a couple of weeks ago. Well, there is no secret that Russell 2000's been the absolute leader of the drop since that drop started. I mean, just absolute leader without stopping, right? Well, what I don't like is that look what's happened. We have gone through my OTAPMA with the leader. Now, this does not always lead the markets around, but since Jerome Powell spoke, this has been our leader. Now, look at how quick it went straight down, but what I do not like is it's below the average. Now, there's one right behind it. Look at the transportation average. It's right there. And if the leader and the transportation average gets through it, I am telling you right now, it's going to pull S&P down and it's going to pull the NASDAQ down, because this is what happens when you've got a leader and the leader gets through OTAPMA. We've got to hope that the followers at this point in time, they don't always follow, they're following for the moment, ES and Q. We have to hope that they decide to hold here at OTAPMA, but the leader didn't. So that's why I'm bringing this to your attention. And then we've got this, the mini Dow. Same sort of thing. Jerome Powell spoke here. It went down, a gasp of air, got that air and has cracked, and it's getting very close to my average right now. So I don't like what I'm seeing with all these markets getting towards OTAPMA. Now, if you look at some of the biggest stocks out there, they are by my OTAPMA as well. It's not just the indexes. So we've got to be careful here. We need these to hold. That's not what Omni's saying is going to happen on Tuesday, but I'm saying we would love to see these hold. Traders, you will find me at all times at livewithoscar.com. I hope I'm there to help you. Well, I'm always there to help you. I hope these videos will help you. Please join me at livewithoscar.com. You can huddle with me there, and I can help you get through these rough and tumble markets. Thanks for tuning in.